to me why somebody else's outfit bothers you that much. I get the most comments when I wear this pair of glasses, but you see, it has outlived all the other glasses I have. Some I have broken parts, some of them are just misplaced. 2 years ago, I bought a Ray-Ban one. I didn't want to spend the money. I just decided I was going to spend the money, and since that summer, I've not seen that pair of glasses ever. I don't even know what I did with it. That kills my spirit to know that I have wasted money on such a thing. Angela, how are you doing? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning for those of you in North America. How are you? And for some of you, it's even night. I want to talk to you about authority. And there are two people that I want to use in having this conversation with you. Two people will be my reference personalities for this conversation. The first one is Robert Greene, the author of The 48 Laws of Power. It's a book I reference a lot. The second person is Mark Manson, the author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. These two guys from two different eras, because Robert Greene is now quite elderly. Mark is still a young man. I don't think Mark has even turned 40 yet. Or if he's turned 40, it's fairly recently. But these are two guys that I want to present to you in my conversation around authority building. And obviously, authority has got something to do with authorship. I'm going to talk to you about authorship. So yesterday and a few days, I have made references to the fact that I was editing my autobiography, and some of my contacts were asking, oh, you're writing the book, but why? There are many reasons. One, I'm writing my book because I think my story deserves to be known. I've had quite a colorful life, and just for the sake of it, I would like to have my life on record. But my book goes beyond just me and my story. I want to eulogize my parents and some of the people that are icons in my life in that book. I do want to eulogize, that's for sure. The next one, I do want to make sure that I give my children something to springboard off. My children are part of my story, so they are on there. I like to advise people who are married, so I put a lot of the things around my family life on there. Hopefully it will help some of you. And these are all valuable reasons, but I want to share with you the story of Robert Greene and Mark Manson to establish something. Robert Greene wrote a book, The 48 Laws of Power. That book established him as an authority on the dynamics of power. And for that reason, people invite Robert Greene to conferences, to events, to speak. And the reference material is often his book, Ken. I am feeling stunning. So thank you. You've made me feel wonderful. I drove about 2 hours to go see two friends of mine. One for purely leisure reasons, the other one for business leisure. And I feel really good because I have been able to fill my tank and on the highway just so I can go see my friends. It makes me feel like I'm getting my life balance right eventually. Those of you who were on the morning broadcast, you would have figured out how much I enjoy tearing it up on this highway. Currently, I'm doing 140 kilometers an hour, but the speed limit is 160. If I wanted it, I could push it another 20. I don't. I'm not in a hurry to get anywhere in particular. The only thing I am bothered about is arriving before it gets dark, because I did not want to drive in the darkness. Otherwise, I'd have stayed even longer, chilling with my friends. Anaya and Gifty, how are you doing? So, Amma, why are you writing a book? I am writing a book because I fancy myself doing what I have seen Robert Greene do. And certainly I fancy myself seeing what Mark Manson does. Mark Manson, I think, has 2 books. Robert has more books. But Mark, off the back of that book, 1, gets invited to a lot of places, but he also hosts his own podcast. Well, I don't know about a podcast, but he hosts his own social media things. And then I see lots and lots of short form, which is an expansion on the work that he has done in his book. And it's the same thing with Robert. Their books become the reference material to the subsequent work they do. Whether that subsequent work is to speak, to run workshops, or to do whatever. People who invite these 2 men already know what these 2 men do. How do we know what these 2 men do? We do know from their books. We know the mindset positions they both adopt. We know the practical suggestions that they bring to our lives. And we value these things when we read them in their books, and then we extend invitations to these people as a result of what they have done. There are many of you like me who fancy yourself to be speakers. Doris, initially when you are nobody, it's very difficult for you to get serious-minded people to actually book you to their events to come and speak. It's unusual, it's unlikely. What is more likely is that when people get to know you, when people understand you. Tuntum Roni. Ejewa Tuntum Hey Ejewa. Anyway, this is your sister Tuntum Bibini. As for me, this Tuntum cannot be Bruni. So this is Tuntum Bibini. Amachuwa Manson here. I greet you. There are so many of you who want people to take you seriously. You want people to get to know you. You want people to understand your positions. Write a book. It's that simple. Write a book. In fact, Cordelia, write a few books. You are a very intelligent woman. We will know when we read your book. Write a book. If you have experiences that are noteworthy, write a book. Write a book to put your ideas across. Write a book. If your interest is in establishing yourself as an authority in something, letting people know what you can do is easily achieved when you write a book. That's why a lot of people write. People will see your writing skills when they read your book. Yeah, I can. Black is indeed very beautiful. So this is Ama Tuntum Bibini. As for me, I am the Tuntumification of a girl. Yes. The Tuntumified one. So running clinics. I used to do this around 2020. I was working with some authors. We had conversations around authorship. I want to work with some of you and give you tips on how you can curate your ideas and start from ideation and finish with your tangible products. I want to show you how to work and market your book. Even this conversation I'm having with you is part of the publicity that I am giving my book. I haven't finished writing the book, but I'm telling you, those who watch me, that I am writing the book. I am thinking of actually putting the book on pre-order. Yeah, I am thinking of putting the book on pre-order. Renetta, when the book is ready, I will tell you, and you can go and get yourself a copy of the book. And once you've got yourself a copy of the book, we will read together. Francis, you will tell me your experiences, and you've already seen some of the videos that I made. The video I made yesterday and the post I made the day before. I'm already talking to you about my icons in that book. I think when you read the book, you will understand me a whole lot better. So the things that I do will become clearer to you. The underlying precursors for some of my behaviors will be understood. The fact that I've eventually locked my hair will become apparent to you when you read it, and you find that as long as I can remember, my hair has never been easy to comb. Never easy to comb. And so locking it is a natural development. It's inevitable if you ask me. Bruni. Hey, today there are so many Bruni. Tuntum Bruni was here, now it's Ajwa Bruni. Ajwa, good afternoon. How you doing? What's what I do? How you doing? Yeah, this girl is tearing up the highway. I love this. And my internet is unstable. I don't know what's happened. Carry. I think that what some people have known for a while needs to become known to the rest of us who haven't known it. Some people have known some facts about some things. Some people have understood certain phenomena in life much better than the rest of us. We need to spotlight some things. As I said, if authority building is your thing, Paulina, then authorship will be a good thing for you to explore. There are some of you who are creators, who may be able to help other people bring their books alive. If you are illustrators or you are whatever, those of you who offer those services, can you come into my inbox and let me know? Because when we have these conversations, I will have lots of people reach out to me and tell me how clueless they are. Today I've spoken to a couple of people, and both of them are telling me how clueless they are, don't know where to start. Don't know where to start. We'll start from the first place. In terms of the authorship, start writing the skeleton of your story. If you are the person who
who works better on audio.
And turn on a dictaphone. Yesterday, I realized that I could actually pick stories from my DTAC speech from 2024. So I went back and I looked for my DTAC 2024 speech, and I began to bring information from it, and it was really rich source.
When I eventually get that book
out, those of you who get it to read will understand my personality. You will appreciate the journey that got me here. You will respect my hustle. You will value my strategy. Until social media turned up, authorship of a book was the one best thing to do to get people to know you, and it still remains one of the best things to do. Obviously now, these social media videos that we make are probably also just as powerful, because you see people all the time, you hear people all the time. When you watch a few of my videos,
you begin to have an idea of how I position.
Minnie, how you doing? That's for me these days. Jamila, all I know is sleep. I need to get home, try and do some work
before I succumb to sleep, but I am tempted to succumb to sleep.
Abdul Merciful. Wow, Stella. So if you are somebody who is interested in gaining a little bit more credibility, especially those of you who are speakers, let me invite you
To consider becoming authors.
authoring some books will help people to know how to interact with you. If I'm looking for somebody to show me the tactic to improve my control of others,
And the power in my interactions, I will go to Robert Greene.
how do I know that Robert Greene will be the best person to go to? It's because I have read the 48 Laws of Power. I have come across his ideas. I know his ideas. I expect that if I speak to Robert Greene today, he will give me nuances that transcend his own book. That's why people will invite him to come and speak. Yeah. Olivia, how you doing? Do we have any authors in the house? Another person I want to add to those two men, just to balance the gender out, to be Chimamanda Adichie.
Chimamanda
became as respected as she is through her books. Obviously, the reviewers' evaluation of her books allowed people to start seeing how she thinks, and then people started interviewing I used to do this trip daily return. I'm only making it with hours in between and no work, and I'm yawning like a piglet. So can you imagine? When I would do this at 5 a.m.
This bit is not in my book. It's not in the first one anyway.
I will need to write a whole book on just teaching in the Emirates and living as an expatriate. Yeah, I think it deserves its own space. Yeah, Kalinda, hello. Blessings to you too, dear. Good to see you. I have been preparing for us to be productive this year. I think productivity is so important. I've got many tools that we can use to be productive. And the writing clinics would be, there are some of you who need help to take your ideas and then eventually get your ideas written. That's fine, come. I will show you tools that you can use to do that. Which tool can I use to record my voice? Come. Don't you worry. You're welcome, dear. Yeah. My English is not perfect. This is the best time for you to write if your English is not perfect. I'm boring. Don't worry, even boring people can be covered. It is really nice for you to have something tangible with your name on it. The first time I saw my name on my planner, I cried. I did. I cried because it was something tangible, a tangible book with my name on it. This autobiography is going to be a big one. Big one. Because it's going to get my story out there. You've been on my page, you've heard snippets, but I am going to document it in a permanent nature in text.
I'll put it right there.
And we can cross-check and fact reference and whatever from there. And I hope that I inspire some of you with some of my stories. And I invite all of you to start looking at authorship as an authority establishment